Here was again next video. As always, I'm using this method for all my stocks. For nearer explanations, just look up the wiki recap video from last Sunday or the first two videos. There I explain it more. So, first one is BYND, and we did a lot of things today. So, short updates. For BYYND, the bullish and the bearish chart. This one is the bullish one, just for the overview. So let's look what we have done today. So for the bullish version, this was your A peak. And for the bullish version, you only have one single job. You have to hold this higher low. That's the only thing. And you would break out here. Your little A peak would be 235. Then a pullback. Your next one would be your B peak at 373. Then 0.5 pullback. Then it's about to break the last peak of big A. And most likely for the bullish version, you won't see this. You would just go up. For the bearish version, because the thing is, I don't really believe we will do this right now. In my opinion, we will break this level at 169. So the thing is, for bullish confirmation, you have to break 235. Then the bearish alt is dead. Perfect. For the bearish confirmation, I think 1.68, which in my opinion, I mean, I always show both ways, will happen is you will go down from here. If it's quick or slow grinding, doesn't matter. And down here would be your small V&A. That would be the complete pullback of V&A, of the big A. You would bounce in this range 80 to 70 cents, make a high low, and then you go. What you're not allowed is you're not allowed to break 72, because then the absolute bullish chart taking place in this display is just that. So let's see what it's doing. Over 235 bullish, under 169. At least, depends how quick this will go, but I would expect, I mean, we took from here to here 8 days. So, yeah, okay. We could finish this pullback next week. Or even in 1 day. Okay, just let's see. So, next one is NEO. So, for the bullish chart, let's look at the bullish chart. Here is the bullish chart, just for the complete overview. We would still be in R1 to the big accuracy. So what have we done today? I think quite nothing. So for the bullish chart for NEO, this here is your B peak. You pull back to a higher low because it's B. Your higher low would be finished, and your little a would be also finished. And right now the only question is the A pullback finished? This we don't need. For the bullish chart, we bounced on the 0.5. Perfect. Which normally isn't happening today, but okay, for the bullish chart. We bounced here, and still that till then it's upside. If you break over $8, your next target is B at $16. Then you again do your pullback and then we talk about breaking all-time highs. If not, this here is our bearish chart. Quite nothing, absolutely nothing is changing. The only thing which is changing is that our A pullback will take longer and will pull back more. So for this one, you still have your little A here, but this peak here was your M. So the next moves would be you come down, you come up again. This would be then your T, and then you go to your V and A. This little A, here's the bottom, and you will go down to 4.33, higher low, and then you break out. For this confirmation, everything under 621, we will do this. Time frame wise, this thing isn't really moving quick right now. Let's look. The thing is, this movement here is the same movement here. It would be a perfect head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, V and A. Also here, perfect V and A. This here is your little A. This here is your little B. And this here is your little C. And at the same time, your big A. And this here is V and A. Only a few cents. Yeah. But it is a V and A. So, how long did this take in the past? This took us 22 days. So, if we're doing the same here, because it's the same, here you have little a, little b, big A, little c. So, if we take 22 days, yeah, we are longer right now already. Yeah. So, let's say we double it. If we double it, we really would have to knife right now. Okay, wait. Let's look up how long did it from the V to the A peak. It took 178 days. And this here took us only 100 days. So double. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we will just really knife in the next week. But again, no financial advice. If you go down to this point, that's a perfect place for an entry. Okay, next one is block. Do we have bearish chart for block? Yeah. So for the bullish chart, we have to go on the weekly. For the bullish chart, this is our whole bullish chart. We would be on the run to big A. So let's look what we have done in the small tracking. So we are still looking for our A peak and little C peak, which would be around $13 to $11. We are right now in our B pullback. So I showed yesterday there was a chance that this 0.5 without log is holding for the bounce. Now this we can delete this. This is gone. With that drop today, this is absolutely gone. So what happens next? I mean, with this drop under this again. So for the still bullish tracking, I think we have to go down again, because this would be your small t. And then, because this is big B, as middle as small b, somewhere in this range you get a bounce, higher low, and you go. Or you really just do, because this is also a little C, you really, it's not very often happening that a B is really doing a V&A, but let's see. Or we're really doing a V&A at 216. This is also the 0.5 mid log, high, low, and then you go. If you do really something stupid and bounce here, okay, your confirmation line is 472, and then you will go to the A peak pullback, and I would think this would be just breakout retest of this 4-year trend line, and then you go to your B pullback, and so on and so on. For bearish confirmation, in my opinion, breaking this line today is already bearish confirmation. What I don't want to see is falling under 141, because that would be really bearish. That would be the bearish chart. Here's the bearish chart. Here's the bearish chart. And the point would be that our last peak this year was our, let's look at the daily. This year was our T. And not this one. And this V and this higher low is wrong. And you still are looking for a V and A and higher low. So you would still look for a new low. Somewhere in this range, and most likely, in my opinion, it will be a higher low to January 2013. But to say this clearly, I think this will take time. I mean, you could look at it, that would be most likely this one here. This one and this one. And this took you more years. And this took you also more years. Yeah. Let's see. Plug isn't really a quick mover. Okay. Next one is fuel cell. I don't think. No. For this, we only have the bullish chart. And I think it was a perfect move today. So here is our bullish chart. So now we look what we have done today. So here's our small tracking. For the small tracking, we would have finished the first one. We already finished the A peak, and we are now in the A pullback. And if the A pullback is finished, we're going to our B peak at 165. So did we finish the pullback of A? For this, we have to go even lower time frame so we can see something. Let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah, okay. So for the bullish version, here's your A peak and your little C peak, lower high, midpoint T, perfect V and A, higher low is holding right now. And you already broke out of this little trend line here. Breakout retest could be finished, and your next thing is going to a little A at 891, little pullback, and then to your B at 9, and then you just go up. For confirmation, I know this I said, if we break this, absolutely bullish and perfect. But you have to stay over it, of course. We didn't do that today. But this trend line is still there. Break it, bullish. For the alternative, if you fall or do double bottom at 746, this V and A and this high low is wrong. And then you have two ways to do this again. You go down, your 0.5 fib is at 686, and you bounce there and do the same thing. Or, because it's big A and little c, you still have to do your V under A at 617, high, low, and then you go. I would be more bullish for the upside right now than on the downside, but always have two ways. What I don't want to see is breaking under $5, because then I have to do a really bearish chart for this. But right now, it still looks absolutely fine, especially with this market knife today. And Fusel just said, no, I don't like to. So, next one. Bed Bath & Beyond, the bullish and the bearish. So, for Bed Bath & Beyond, this is our bullish version. For the bullish version, you would already have done your A peak. Your A pullback has to be finished, and your next target. Let's look at that on the daily here. Your next target is B at 36. Then you do a pullback to 2022 to 0.5. And then we're talking about breaking all-time highs. So, what have we done today? I think quite nothing. So, here. So, for the bullish tracking, the only way this would be true is here's your V under A, which is tricky because it's not V under A. So let's say, okay, no, it's not V under A. This would be just your V. And this is your higher low. I'm only showing that because always have two opinions. And otherwise I won't have tracking for this company right now. So the only thing is we have to hold this higher low. Only way. Break upside, and then you go. For confirmation, everything over 970 and the bullish tracking is dead. If you drop here again, double bottom or breaking it, you will do the bearish tracking. And that would mean the bearish tracking, this is our bear track. Nothing is really changing except one thing. Our last peak was T and not A. And we still would have to go down, find a higher low of 2020 or a lower low of 2020. Then you're doing a high low. And then your price targets for A is the same, 12.61 and 37 for B. And as always, you're coming from down from your M, come up again, M or W pattern, higher high on the right side, and your knife. Same like here. M, you come down, you come up, W, M pattern. Right side is higher, and your knife. It's really taking long right now, so yeah. But I am still be bearish, but I could be wrong. So next one is grab. So for grab, here is our bullish tracking chart. I don't have a bearish one right now. So this is the whole thing. You would have done already our A peak, which is on the same time our middle B peak and our little C peak. And if the pullback is finished, you're going to your B peak at $10, and then whatever happens with all-time highs. So let's look what we have done today. So where's our A? Here's our A. So okay. So this is our big A. We came down. We did a perfect V under A. We did a perfect high low, and now we are micro tracking it. This would be our A. This would be our B. So for the pullback, We didn't went for a V&A because it's B, and B is normally really not doing V&A. We knifed through the 0.5 pullback, but we still bounced here. So for the bullish tracking, this was the lowest thing for right now, and you just go. Your next target is something over 662. Especially this was your A peak, so $10 would be the next target. For confirmation for this, everything over 617 is absolutely bullish. For alternative, I don't really have right now one. If we break this 5.84, I have to look at it again. Right now, it looks bullish. Yup. Okay. Next one is BLNK. Do I have bearish checking for BLNK? No. So here is our only one on bullish tracking for BLNK. So what did we do today? Yeah. For the bullish tracking, this was your A peak, and we are in the A pullback. And I said yesterday for the bullish tracking, this higher low has to hold, and you would go upside. So with this move today, this V is wrong, this higher low is wrong, and most likely this 0.5 is also wrong. So for this was your T peak, and in my opinion, right now, you will go down, go to your V&A at $1, higher low, and then you go. Just because we broke this. And again, no financial advice, but this range here, perfect buy-in for the next move. But I'm pretty convinced we will do that right now. Or we will go down to this trend line and make a breakout retest. And it's a 4-year trend line again. Yeah. What I don't want to see is breaking under 88 cents, because then I really have to do a complete bearish version of this. Right now, yeah, for the short term, I would be bearish on it. But overall, it's bullish. Next one is AI. Yeah, but AI didn't do anything today. Even with this 3%, it really didn't do anything. No. So for this, just watch the weekly recap video from Sunday. There is no change for it, so I don't waste your time. For SAVA. Yeah, for SAVA, the same thing for the complete. I mean, okay, this is our overall bullish tracking. We are looking for a gap fill and a move to A and then to B. So for the move today, I think today was Wednesday. Our target is the 0.5 at 320 from Friday or Monday. Because the gap fills in this stock only happens Friday or Monday. So how far are we away? We are away 6% of our FIB. So pretty close. So 2 ways. This was your little B. You're still waiting for the bearish version for C, so you would reject between $6 and $5 and make a new all-time low, or you just gap fill. So 2 ways for movement till Friday. The first one is for tomorrow we came up. to this trend line. This would be what? 10%. You reject here and go down to your fib, bounce, and Friday or Monday you go. Or somewhere in here is already your T, so you could say this was already your T. And you just do this tomorrow. And Friday pre-market you do this. Or Monday. For the bearish alternative I said, this would be, because in my bullish tracking we are here, exactly in this. And we go. For the bearish version we would be somewhere in this candle. And here is your rejection between $6 and $5. For the really overall explanation, again, watch the weekly recap video because there I show everything. But if we're doing this, we will do a lower low, and this uptrend here is our next 2 or 3 months or 4 months, and I would still expect this gap fill latest March 2026. So yeah, it's taking more time, but I'm still tracking it for the gap fill still. Okay. Next one is OCGN. Yeah, was no change today. Again, watch the weekly recap video from Sunday. Not wasting the time with no change. GNS was interesting today, I think. So this is our bull tracking. We only have the bull tracking, not the bear tracking yet. So what did we do today? So here we are still in the pullback of a peak, and our B peak, our next level, would be 87. So we have 2 ways here. First is the green tracking. So this is your A. This is your bottom of A. So you have your B and A, your higher low. And this would be a little T, and we are already in the breakout and already did our small A, and again are in the small A pullback. And I said the only thing we have to do here is holding this higher low. And today we were, what was that? Not even a cent away. But again we bounced here. So perfect there. So for this tracking, we are not breaking this higher low, and we would be very close to be finished and go upside. Confirmation, anything over 98 cents, and absolutely confirmation, anything over 128. For the alternative version was this PKOT, and we will double bottom or break this, so this V and this higher low would be wrong. And then, in my opinion, the green tracking is also wrong. And your real tracking, which I'm more tending to, but as long as we're holding this, I like the green tracking. But for the alternative, this here was your little A, and you still have to look for a V under A here at 60 cents, high, low, and then you go. Would take more time. But overall, as always, if GNS is finished, in my opinion, you won't see something like that. You always see this. The same here, V, higher, low, run. V, higher, low, run. V, higher, low, run. It's not a small mover. So, it was also some of the few which stayed green today. So, we'll be interested. Next one, FFAI. So, I think that was also interesting today. So, here is our bull tracking. We also have till now no bearish tracking. So what did we do today? We did, I think, the perfect breakout retest today. Yeah. So you're coming from your little C, which is just a higher low. This whole thing is just your higher low. Yeah. You have your V, and this whole thing is just your higher low. And your next target would be 5 for big A, B11 for big B, and 150 to 40 for your C. What did we do? So for this, the same like GNS, the only thing we have to do, holding this higher low. The only thing, this one. And I said, I took this trend line here. We broke out, we filled the gap, and I said yesterday, I think there's still a possibility that that we are doing the full breakout retest, which we did. We fell a little bit on that, but that doesn't matter. We after that we bounced and stayed over it. So if this is true, this thing is ready. For confirmation, everything over 168 bullish, everything over 190 absolutely bullish. For the alternative, breaking under or making a double bottom at 128 again would be bad, because then this BLNK is wrong, this higher low is wrong, and you would still look for a new one, and you don't have much place left here, because you're not allowed to break $1.808, because then I think this plays that. But right now, looks good. Finished and good. Okay, next and last one is bull. Here we also only have a bullish chart, because the bearish one, I don't want even to imagine. Okay, so let's look what we have done today, because it's the same like GNS and the same like FFAI. You are not, your only job is holding this high low here. The only one. You're not allowed to go under this, because if you're going under this, the high low is wrong, the V&A is wrong, and you only have 20 cents place for a new V&A, because if you're breaking this no line at 10.27, this whole V higher low, this whole A, everything is wrong, and I really have to do completely new. So for today, yeah, we broke out of this trend line. A complete breakout retest isn't possible because we break it. So yeah, we should bounce somewhere in here. And for confirmation of the upside, everything over $12. Perfect. Everything over $12.48, absolutely bullish. And our next target is $33. And I would imagine, I mean, we are anywhere in here, because for symmetry play, you just take, yeah, symmetry play, you just take this side here, flip it to this side, and read it from right to left. And that would mean, here's your V, here's your A, here's your A, you pull back, come up, here's your peak, here's your peak. And we are way slower right now, because the repetition is always slower. But this here would be this here. And we would be in this candle right now. And what we are tracking for is this movement. Let's see. Still looks bullish. I'm only getting a little bit worried. But still looks bullish, but don't break this high low. Really don't do it. Okay. So, if you have questions, you can write it into the comments. If you have wishes for other stocks, also write it in the comments. If you liked it, leave a like or a subscription, and see you next time.